M0FXB, welcome to my videos on the ICOM ID52 and ICOM 705. M0FXB, welcome to my videos on the ICOM ID52 and ICOM 705. M0FXB, so I got this watt meter and power analyzer because I wanted to check the current drain on my X6100 and other radios. So here it is. Let's just unbox it and then we'll do a test. So it was only about £10 in the UK, which I thought was a very good price, and I've gone for the 200 amp model. Haven't touched it yet. So here it is. Quite nice thick gauge wire here, as you can see. Plastic unit, you can see all the circuitry in there. Got some good instructions here, which is always handy. Let's just open it all up like so, just so you get an idea of the instructions. And there's the box. So let's set it up and test the XIEGU. So this is just really the unboxing video of the, well, what's it called? It just says 200 amp high precision watt meter. Must have a model. Let's see if we can find the model name a minute. Arceli 200 amp high precision. So as with some of this Chinese equipment that's very cheap, basically, it can have different brand names, can't it? So let's just test it. Anyway, we'll do a separate video for the amp draw test 7.3. M0FXB. We're going to look at the amp draw on this XIEGU X6100. We're using one of these. It hasn't really got a make, but it's a watt meter and power analyzer. So I think they use them on solar panels on people's roofs, but they're very cheap, only about a tenner. So anyway, let's try it out. So let's at the moment we've got it all connected. The load goes to the X100 or 6100. The source is 12-volt battery, which is reasonably charged. It's giving us 10 volts at the moment, so it's not fully charged. But anyway, so right now, if you look at what we're showing, 0.00 amps, and it says here 9.40 and 4.4 WP. So 0.10 amp hours. So let's plug it into the radio, see if there's any change at all, because it does charge the radio. Let's just zoom in on it. It's now showing 0.25 A, 4.4, 0.011 AH, 0.1 WH. But the main one I think I'm looking at is the 0.25 amps that are being drawn. Okay, and the voltage, you can see the voltage is going down. Let's turn it on. You do have to sort of hold it for a couple of seconds. Anyway, it's on. We do have an antenna connected, but not a very good one, but it's just better than nothing. Okay, so now it's on. There's no transmit, nothing at all. The screen is on number 3. Let's go higher. Let's go to number 5, and we'll draw in 0.62 amps. Okay, so let's try the tuner. So we've left it on 5 watts. We'll mess around with the different power settings when we transmit. So let's tune. As it tuned, look, 1.10 amps, 1.14. Okay, and it did tune. I mean, we just got literally a 40-meter whip lying on the floor. That's how pathetic it is, and we're still actually receiving some stations. Let's just show you that. Try to, anyway. Right, and I'll just show you the antenna. Just to show you how funny it is. Right, wait there. So it's just a whip lying on the floor. I could stand it up, but I'm just doing the tests. But what I like about that is it shows that, you know, this radio, you know, does work. There's no problem with it working. Right, so let's do 10 watts. So we'll go up to 10, and you can only select 10 if you've got a power supply connected, and this power supply is only the battery, but I will swap it to my proper power supply, and then we'll see the difference. But first of all, let's do the battery. So let's test. So we're showing same amp draw as before, really, a little bit higher, 1.16 to tune, and then let's go right down to the milliwatts, because it's a possibility that it when you tune it defaults at a certain amount of power. So let's try it. Yeah, the same. So right. So let's actually transmit now. So we'll just we'll come off away from those people. We'll keep it on the low power. And look, it's picking up quite a few stations out here on that whip. You can see them all in the peaks. Let's get the RF gain right up so you can see them a bit. Anyway, no one's there. So let's 0.1 watt. Let's tune again, then we'll whistle. Right, ready? Yeah, same, 1.11 amps. So let's go to full power. Now you can actually set the power to be here. If it's not, you just go radio settings, turn the multi-knob, let's get this out of the way, turn the multi-knob here to TX power, and then at the bottom here there's a tick you can select. Tick it, and it puts it there, just in case you haven't got it there. And that goes for most of the other functions as well. So let's have a whistle on 10 watts. Yeah, and you're really seeing it there, about 1.80 amp draw. Okay, well that was interesting. Now let's put my power supply in line. Just give me 1 second to set that up. So we're here with the MFJ switching power supply. So we've got the full 13.8 volts going in, and right now the amp hours are 0, as you can see. So first thing we'll do is connect the DC supply to the XIEGU. And it will start to charge. See the green light flashing there. Okay. So we're now showing 0.23 amps being drawn from the power supply. And the power supply is actually showing 15 volts, where the battery was only showing 9 or 10. But we've got it on the setting where it's 13.8, and we could turn it down. But it's within the tolerances. Yeah, we could turn it down. But I'll leave it where it says, because it says up to 19 volts. So we can see that draw 0.23 amps, and it's turned off. Then we'll turn it on, hold down for 2 seconds. And this is the fun thing about the X6100 is that we've got a tuner, so we can actually test it tuning. I couldn't do that with the 705 because my tuner is in a different place. So all up and running. We're still on that 40-meter whip that's just lying on the floor for tests. Power wise, we're on 5 watts here. So let's tune it, and when we tune, let's see what happens to the draw on 5 watts. So the draw's going to 0.94 amps. It's going to struggle tuning because it's just lying on the floor. But anyway, so that's that on 5 watts. And then we'll get it to 10, which it will go to 10 when it has a power supply connected, which it does, of course. We had the battery before. So it's going to charge the battery a lot quicker with a decent power supply. So let's, we're showing a full battery when it's connected. So let's do it on 10, and then we'll transmit. There you go, 0.97. Then we'll just give a quick whistle, and that'll be the end of the video. So you saw that. Let's just give it a quick whistle now. Have a look at the amp draw when I whistle on the different powers. So 1.30, I would say. Let's go to 5 watts. Yeah, about 1.10 roughly. Let's go down to 0.1 watts. .918. So there you go. Hopefully you find that interesting. This is the watt meter. They're only about £10–15. It's basically you know, just a bit of fun here, just having a look at these different radios. So 7.3, and thanks for watching. All the best. M0FXB. Let's have a look at the amp draw for the ICOM 705. We're using one of these 200 amp watt meter and power analyzer you can get for about £10–15 on Amazon. So anyway, it's all connected. One end, the load goes to the battery for now. We're going to try a power supply as well. It's just a 12-volt motorcycle battery, 4 amp power, 50 amps. And look, at the moment, there's no amps being drawn, although we've got a figure here for VM and a few other ones. It sort of scrolls through automatically. So right now, nothing's being drawn. Now let's plug the DC in, and let's see if we start to draw when we start to charge. So DC's in. Let's have a look now. Yeah. So no, not showing anything at all there. Right. Let's turn it on. Right, as soon as we turn it on, we're showing a draw. So possible the battery was fully charged. I'll go into the battery settings and see if I've told it to charge, because I do want to know about that. Anyway, so sorry about any reflection in the screen. And maybe we'll turn the screen a bit brighter. Go menu, set, display, and just go a bit brighter. There you go. Right, okay, we could go brighter. So at the moment, just with the DC cable in, no transmit. Let's turn the volume up. If we had a station, let's find a station. Like so. No activity there. Let's come out of DR mode. Might get our... Not much luck there. Let's go to VFO mode. I've got my home hubnet box on 434/400. No, it's typical. We need a tone on that. Just make sure we're in FM. Yeah. Oh no, we're in DV. So tap that and just go FM. And we want a tone now. Tone squelch, hold it down, and it's 118 is the one I'm using. We'll set it on both just to be safe. Right. And if we key up, we should fire up my hubnet node. Yeah, we did, yeah. I heard it. Weak, but it's there. Okay, let's turn up the volume as well. And don't forget, we're just on a 40-meter whip, which is actually on the floor. It's just for test. It's not for my normal use, you know, that's just for testing. So if I go back to HF, oh, you can hear the node there. But anyway, back to HF. And we'll expand, and that interference is coming from my my daughter's LED. That's it. So yeah, not a lot happening there, but we wasn't expecting there to be. So what we're showing is 0.30 amps drawn. I'm not going to transmit because I know we're going to be way out of band on that one. I might just do a very fast whistle. Let's get the power down to nothing. And a quick whistle, see if this changes. Yeah, hardly any change there, 0.15, and then we'll get it to the 5 watts. Well, on this, it'll be, with the battery, it'll probably be a bit higher than 5 watts, but not, you know, unless you've got the power supply, it's not going to show the full highness. 0.75 amps, so I'm not going to transmit anymore. So that's that. And then we're going to have a go now with an actual power supply. Right, we're on the power supply, which is just a MFJ switching power supply. And we've got the amp draw meter here. At the moment it's showing 0. Because we haven't even plugged it into the radio. So we'll plug it into the radio and see if there's a difference. Okay, let's plug that in. Alright, this time round it's actually showing a charging light. Maybe it did before and I didn't notice it. There you go, charging light. And then let's look at the amp draw here. Then we've got some reflection here. So it's 0.58. And you've got some other figures here. WP. It sort of scrolls through. 0.04 amp hours. So 0.58 amps being drawn. Okay, this is the 705. Right, let's turn the radio on. There you go, and it's now showing 0.31 being drawn. So we are on an antenna, but it's not really tuned. So what we're going to do is just sort of give it a quick whistle, just to see if there's a change. Let's turn it down. Give it a quick whistle. Yeah, and that went up to about 1 point something. Let's give it another one so you can see. .15. So there you are. I thought I'd show you what it does when it's connected to the power supply. 7.3.